How's it going everybody? I'm Zwabberjack and welcome back to another Valheim build guide. In today's video I'll be doing a build guide on how to build a circular shaped dock, complete with a boat storage that can deploy a boat into the water if you lose one. Also a small fishing hut and some storage. I want to first say majority of this build I completely winged, so I'm sorry if there are any imperfections in the build. You can alter this build as you please, don't worry, I solely make these videos to give inspiration and to share my builds with you guys. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed these build guides. Let's get straight into it. First I start off by making my circular pattern. The landscape is already flattened and made into a circle, but I alter it as the build goes to fit the circular pattern. With the pattern, go ahead and make 3 floor width platforms, then rotate the floor inward once. Repeat this every time and place it on the corner of the previous platforms. To fill in the gaps, try line up the platforms with the other ones already placed so they cross over. You can see to cover the pieces that overlap, I use the hoe and level the land over them so they can't be seen. Later on, the beams will also cover imperfections. Also, I just want to say I do make some mistakes and some things are slightly out of place. I apologise for this, but I didn't do too much planning for this build. It was purely just a creative influx I got. Remember to pause the video if you need time, these builds won't come together magically. You can see as the build goes, I alter my land with a pickaxe to better suit the shape the floors are making. If you see me destroying things, the case is usually I made a mistake. That's okay, this happens all the time in these builds. All of these builds take a very long time, and you will see me cut parts out at times. This is just to cut out anything unimportant. At some points in the build you may see something out of place or added. Don't worry, I get to them. I may have just backtracked slightly in the recording to fix something. I hope this doesn't affect the guide too much. Just so you know, I had 3 attack events happen during this build, 2 of which happened 2 days apart. In these events I dealt with 6 trolls first time, and 2 trolls both the other time. Wasn't fun. Once the circular shape is at a point I liked, I made the last piece 2 floor widths, so I could turn it into my dock. The dock is relatively easy to add, so just follow on with the video at your own pace. After the dock was at a good length, I started adding my log support poles. I placed the ones under the circular part of the dock under the floors that overlapped. I started on the pattern that will eventually go along the whole circular part of the dock. This is optional, I just use wooden crosses and follow along the beams. I rotate it once when I need, cover both the top and bottom with beams. This really looks nice once it's complete and covers the ugly ground. To make this easier, just put beams along the top lip of your dock and you should be able to snap the crosses to it pretty easily. I also added beams around the back side of the dock. These cover any other imperfections and overlaps, but also add some detail. You'll see I have some trouble lining things up. This is due to the build having a mistake somewhere. I didn't want to tear the whole build apart to find it. Just don't rush your build and this won't happen to you. You may have seen a contraption earlier that I didn't show. This is the boat storage and dispenser. So quickly I'm going to show it to you because this is where I decided to place it within our build. Don't worry about anything else built. I did this part last in the recording. This is optional as well, so feel free to skip this part. First use a 45-degree beam coming off the dock, then use a 26-degree beam and continue them into the water like so. You can see I removed the crosses from this section and placed log poles instead. This allows me area to place the boat afterwards. I removed the floor piece from the top as well because this will also help place the boat. It can be pretty finicky placing the boat, but this boat storage is pretty easy to build using the angled beam, so just follow along with how I build it and we move on to the rest of the build. Moving on to the roof, I'll just use beams to make a guide for 26-degree thatch roofs. I used the 26-degree beams and the smaller wooden cross to make an end. I then use corner pieces for the other end, but I alter this later, so don't worry about this too much. I then moved on to the rest of the roof support, so just follow along as shown, making sure to follow along with the floor frame provided. Don't worry too much if something doesn't line up, just work with it to get it how you like it. I use 26-degree thatch roofs for the rest of the roof as well. When doing the roofing, you can fill in the gaps by playing with the snap points of the roofing. You can get them to overlap and they don't look too skewed. Here's a quick look at the build so far. I added some stairs, this part is also optional, then proceeded to add a lower platform around the bottom lip of the dock. I connect the roofing to it, and here's where I removed the part from before. This is just a place for the storage and an extra ship bay. I added some beams to the edges of the roofing as well. I used half floors to complete the lip. I'm sure you could use normal floors as well, but I went with half ones. I'm not sure why I did this. Don't ask me, it's not like I'm the build guide or anything. After that was done, I added my small fishing hut. This added a lot more atmosphere to the build. Without it, the build just seemed too lonely. It's really easy to follow along with. It's basically the same as my starter house guide, so make sure to check that out. It's just slightly smaller and has a balcony. For the balcony roof, used 26-degree thatch roofs. For the actual house, used 45-degree ones. I thought this looked cool, but it's optional. Complete the build by adding finishing touches like storage and furniture for the hut. For the most part I'm going to leave furniture and other detailing up to you, but I also add some torches for nighttime. And there you have it, a circular dock complete with a fishing hut, boat storage and extra bay for your longships. If you found this guide helpful or just enjoyed the build, leave the video a like and sub if you haven't joined the channel yet. You're going to want to stick around for more. Just a quick heads up, I have a lot of other content on my channel ranging from let's plays to funny moments, so go check them out. There's plenty of great moments hiding in those videos. As always guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.